Hey everybody, so as you all know, for this week we were supposed to discuss inductive reasoning and deductive reasoning. From our ebook, Chapter 12, inductive reasoning is defined as the process from going from specific instances and information to making a generalization. In other words, it is going from a very narrowed idea or topic and making a broader generalized idea out of it. Inductive reasoning is used in our everyday lives even without realizing it sometimes. Especially for me, I think a lot has happened in my life that I make this generalized idea out of without even realize it's technically considered inductive reasoning. A pretty basic example of this would be, let's say on Monday and Wednesdays I have class that starts at 8 a.m. and I leave for class at 7:30 a.m. and I'm always there before 8. My making an inductive reasoning would be saying if I leave for class at 7:30, I will never be late for my 8 a.m. lecture. So as you can see, this is an example where I take some instances that have occurred and then I make a generalized idea out of it by saying I will never be late. So then we were supposed to use inductive reasoning, as like a superhero example. So I defined a superhero as a fictional character with supernatural powers that commit selfless acts for all. Therefore, with inductive reasoning, I would assume that all superheroes are fictional characters with supernatural powers that commit selfless acts for all. So then when comparing deductive reasoning to inductive reasoning, deductive reasoning goes from a more generalized idea and then it narrows into a conclusion. So it's closer to the opposite of inductive reasoning, actually. So when looking at the Justice League characters, which I had to do some research on them since I've never seen the movie, I came up with a few examples for it that followed Mr. A's protocols. So for the first one, the major premise, I said, a superhero is a fictional character with supernatural powers that commit selfless acts for all. Then the minor from this, I used Batman as my example. I said, Batman is a fictional character with supernatural powers who commits selfless acts for all. So therefore, my conclusion would be that Batman would be a superhero since he fits the protocol for it. Then, for my second example, I used Steppenwolf. I think that's how you say it. So the major premise would be the exact same thing as I used for the Batman one, except for the minor would be Steppenwolf is a fictional character with supernatural powers but does not commit selfless acts. So then my overall conclusion would be that Steppenwolf is not a superhero. So let me know your thoughts on this. I look forward to seeing all of you guys' examples of inductive and deductive reasoning. Thanks.